I'm Lisa. Welcome to my channel, and I'm so glad you're here. Today's video is a little bit different than I normally do. Today's going to be about my diabetes and how I lost 60 pounds. It didn't happen overnight. It was a long process, and we'll get into how I lost it, but diabetes runs in my family. It runs on both sides of my family. My mother had it. She controlled hers by diet. My brother was a juvenile diabetic, and my sister and I, we found out within 2 weeks of each other that we had diabetes. My sugar ran really, really low all the time, and my sister's ran high. My brother kept trying to tell us we were diabetic, but we wouldn't listen. We said, no, we're not diabetic. And then I said, I could possibly be diabetic. Mine runs low. But let me tell you, if your sugar runs low, you need to see a doctor, because that is not good. It's just as bad as if it runs high, because you just have different symptoms and problems that arise. All right, A1C. A1C is when they draw blood, and it gives an account of what your blood work has been with the sugar in your blood or whatever for like 3 months. Well, when mine ran low, it didn't show that I was diabetic. However, and that's what I tell my children, they need to be tested, but not in A1C. They need to drink the cola. You know, they have the cola or either the orange drink. You drink it, and then they take your sugar before you drink it. They take it right after you drink it, and then they wait an hour and then 2 hours like that. And they test your, sugar level at each time. And when they tested mine, it was really, really high. But what happened was, since mine was low part of the time, it spiked up and then it went back down. So therefore it didn't show on the A1C. So that's to keep in mind. If you think you're diabetic, the A1C does not always tell it. So be sure that you get your doctor to let you do that drink test. I don't know what it's called. All right, medication that I've been on. I do not do well with medications, whether it be diabetic medicine, whether it be a pain medicine, even over the counter. It just really upsets my stomach. But I took the diabetic medicine, and I was taking diabetic medicine and insulin. And my general practitioner could not get my sugar down, so she sent me to a diabetic specialist. And when I started seeing him, he was fantastic. He was fantastic. And he got my sugar down, and he also tried me on different medicines to see which ones I could take. Well, I started off taking Synjardy and insulin. And Synjardy is a mixture of, let me look before I tell a story. It is a mixture of, I don't even have it in my notes, do I? It is a mixture of Metformin and Jardiance. I think I said that right, but you'll know. And years ago, I tried Metformin, and it made me really, really sick. And then when I took the Synjardy mixed with the two medicines, it made me very, very sick. However, I went to see him, and there was no real change. So when I came back after 3 months, he changed me, and he put me on Trulicity. I took Trulicity. Oh my goodness, I was so sick. I was in the bed sick. And it made me sick, the vomiting and the nausea. The nausea was just terrible. And I'm not a person who throws up very much. So, and it really scares me. But you have to, take the worst of two evils. I needed to get my sugar down. I took it for 2 or 3 months, and then I told him I cannot take that medicine. It just makes me too sick. It made me weak. I mean, I would literally have to go to bed. And so then he switched me. And first, before he switched me, let me back up, getting ahead of myself. What he did was, I took that medicine, and initially when I took the Trulicity, I lost 22 pounds, like within 2 or 3 months. I can't remember exactly, but I lost 22 pounds, and that was the jump start of my weight loss. And I was so happy with that after a while, I started watching what I eat and my portions. And there is no secret to weight loss. There is no magic thing that you could take. Now, I did take another medicine, but let's get back to this one. So I lost the 22 pounds, and I had this, I lost maybe a pound at a time, but I have kept it off. And So what I did was started watching what I eat. I changed my eating habits instead of, I made healthier choices. And that is the key, to make healthier choices. Because, I have found that it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. And, I heard people for years say that, and I said, well, I ain't doing no lifestyle change. But when it comes to your health, and as you get older, and you realize this could take your life, it gets really serious real fast. So I decided that I was going to do all I could to try to get my A1C down and to get healthier. And I have walked intermittently in between, and that helps. Exercise, you have to have exercise, because it's so important for your health overall. So, we need to try to get our exercise in. And whether it be, yard work or whatever your, method is that you like to do, walking, whatever. And let's see what else. About the eating. Now, I didn't go on a diet. I didn't deprive myself of anything. If I wanted a piece of cake, I ate a piece of cake. Even now, if I want a piece of cake, I eat a piece of cake, but I eat a small piece of cake. Or I'll take a piece of cake of, if somebody's cut a regular size piece of cake, me and my son will share it because he's not really that into, sweets anyway. And I really don't need them. And now that I've lost the weight, I don't really even want them. I can only eat so much. And I think portions is the biggest thing, and what I ate. We had macaroni and cheese real often. We still have rice real often. It's the portions. In America, we have these huge portions. When you go to a restaurant, they give you 2 or 3 portions of the normal portion, and it's killing us, and we don't realize it until, I got in this situation. But the portions, once I started the portions and what I ate, then the weight just kept dropping off. And so then, I think 3 months ago, I asked him about Manjaro, I think it is. My youngest daughter, her sugars run very, very low, like mine do. She still won't admit she's a diabetic. But, and she went on it. But she had a dramatic weight loss really fast. And, it's really probably controversial, I'm not sure. But she did lose her weight really, really fast. Mine, I lost it a pound at a time the whole way through this whole year. And now it's been like a year and a half. And I have lost a pound at a time. So, and the medication did really help, but the Synjardy, I think the pill that I take for diabetes helps even more because it makes me nauseous, which is bad, but I don't eat. I eat a normal portion, or sometimes I'm not hungry, and I have learned to eat when I'm hungry, not because it's lunchtime or dinner time. But I try to eat 3 meals a day, small meals, but I try to eat something 3 meals a day because I have to in order to take the medicine to keep from being so sick. But, all right, let's see. If you just take your, about exercise. He told me the last time I went, I said, oh, we got a million excuses when you go to the doctor. Or at least I do. And he was talking about exercise and stuff, and I said, well, I haven't been exercising, and that's why I didn't lose, a whole lot of weight. I lost some, but I didn't lose a whole lot. And he said, I have patients who have no legs. Their diabetes got so bad they have no legs, but they still have to control their diabetes. And I was like, oh, wow. That really made me stop and think how serious it is. And so I said, okay, so that's when I really buckled down and watched what I ate. And I eat anything that I want to eat. If I eat a piece of cake, or if I eat a little, and I can't eat a whole candy bar at one time. I never have been able to, but I, like little minis, I'll buy, the little mini ones. And if I want one, I eat it. And then that way, or if I want an ice cream sandwich, me and my son will have it. And I still get the satisfaction of having the treat, but yet I don't have the whole thing, and I don't have all that sugar and all that stuff. So, let's see what else. Oh, sugar. A lot of people think that as a diabetic, oh, well, you can't have candy, you can't have, sweets. It's not only that. Corn is a starch. My mother used to say that my brother couldn't have starches. Back then, you know, forever ago, that you couldn't have starches, which is now people call carbs. So if you eat corn, it's a starch. Rice, bread, all these things are starches, and they're processed in your body the same as a sugar. I am no expert on no diabetes or anything like that. I'm just telling you my journey and what I've done and what I've learned over the years. So, but by all means, please, 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 I can't stress it enough to go see your general practitioner. And if you're like me and they cannot get it to come down, or they cannot get you regulated or whatever, please go see a diabetic specialist. That's why they are specialists, and they are really great. If you go to one and you don't think they're doing a good job, or they're not meeting your needs, please get another one. But mine is fantastic. I just love him. He is just wonderful. And he's no, you know, he's very personable, but he's no nonsense as far as, you know, how serious it is. And I think I really needed that wake-up call. Water. I'm telling y'all, when I first started drinking water, I promise you, I thought I was allergic to the water. And my kids would be like, Mom, you are not allergic to the water. It would make me sick. It would be, I would burp up whatever I ate. It's like it just floated in my stomach. But I learned what I did to really start drinking water was I drank water with all my meals. So in the mornings, I would usually drink coffee or whatever, but I switched it to water. Same for lunch, dinner. I used to drink Sprite like it was water. And so I switched the water at my meal times. That was the easiest way for me to start to drink the water. And I use bottled water, so I would use a bottle of water. And I would try to drink that bottle of water at a meal. If I didn't, I'd put it in the refrigerator and drink it later, of course. But, you know, try to get that water in. It's so, so important. And I love Sprite. I very seldom drink Sprite. I love Sprite, of course. But I very seldom drink them now. Once in a while, if I'm really, really nauseated, I will pour some in a glass and I will drink a couple sips of it and settle my stomach. But overall, I do not drink it. If I go out to eat, usually I just get a sweet tea if I'm going to treat myself. But I feel funny about water. That's not in a bottle, but anyway. So, but that's what I do. And let me see what else. Oh, now, and I drink flavored tea, like for Tea Tuesday. You know, I love my flavored teas. The flavored teas, I usually use Splenda in. Now, regular iced tea, I do not like the Splenda in there. I've tried it half and half, and I don't like half sugar and half Splenda. I don't like that either. It has to be regular sweet tea. But I don't drink it very often, so, and when I do drink something or eat something that's, you know, not in the norm for me, then I will leave off a bread, or I'll leave off another starch in my next meal or whatever. That way I kind of balance it, and I weigh myself every single day. And if I weigh within 5 pounds, I'm good. And if I go over the 5 pounds during this journey, I just would say, uh-oh, I got to watch it, make sure I'm not eating anything that caused this. And, you know, you can fluctuate 5 pounds, you know, water weight, I mean, so many things. But that was my, you know, balance for me, was to do that 5 pound thing. So, and eating out. I used to eat out a lot, especially when I worked. And then when I retired, I still ate out too much. And now we haven't ate out, but just a few times sporadically here and there. And it's small meals, and we're trying to be selective of what we get when we do eat out. But I do treat myself. I mean, it's not, I don't deprive myself and say, oh, well, I can't go to the restaurant because, you know, I've got to watch my diet. And I don't do that. I go ahead and go with my friends, and then I just eat accordingly. And what else? I'm an emotional eater. I don't eat when I'm upset. I can't eat when I'm upset. However, when I get sad and, you know, you feel kind of blah, that's when I eat, and that's when I want the carbs. So I'm mindful that, and, you know, I've heard people say over the years, eat for nutrition. But I think as Americans, a lot of times, or in my family at least, We eat for celebration. If somebody, made an accomplishment of some kind, we go out to eat to celebrate. And or we do it as entertainment. Oh, let's go out to eat as an entertainment because it's cheaper than doing something else, But that's a trap because and buffets are bad for us. I haven't ate at a buffet in the last year and a half, I don't think. No, I can't think of any time I've ate at a buffet. So, and now I don't eat enough to even go to a buffet. So buffets, they're just because we want to get our money's worth and we eat more than we really should. And it's just not a good thing for us. All right, what else? Okay, side effects of weight loss. I've had some side effects. I'm going to put pictures probably at the end of the video. After I sign off, if you wait to the end, I'm going to try to remember to insert a video. The thing that I noticed the most about weight loss, the weight loss is great, but the two things that bother me the most is when you lose a massive amount of weight like that, you lose the weight, and so your face comes down, so you have saggy skin. And I have wrinkles. Yeah, my mother didn't have this many wrinkles when she was 80. But it does make your skin sag and so forth. But, my thing is, the alternative is at least I'm alive and I'm healthier. And that is my goal, to be healthy and to live as long as I can. So, and that was one thing. The second thing that really bothers me is my hair. I've bleached my hair for years, but I've had hair loss and breakage. And when I bleach my hair, I only do the roots. I don't get it on any of the blonde part. But I'll show a picture at the end of before and after. And you can see the dramatic weight loss. And I looked it up, and it said that it comes from when you have dramatic weight loss, you have your metabolism slows down. Your body's like, oh, wait a minute, and it slows down, and that's what causes the hair loss. So my hair is coming back in, but it was twice this big as far as bushy. So I'm going to start taking the vitamins, hair nails, and something else. Skin, hair nails, and skin vitamins. And I'm going to start taking a multivitamin. So, and because, when you're sick all the time, you're not getting the nutrients that you need. And, I thought about not taking the medicine, but I couldn't continue with my sugars being so high. Because, when you're diabetic and your sugars are high, it affects your organs. So I don't want my kidneys to shut down. I don't want to have any complications. So I'm trying to get us, back to being healthy. So let's see what else. All right, and I used to have a lot of more health problems than I have now. I used to have high blood pressure, but after losing the first 50 pounds, I stopped taking it because they said stop taking it because I did not need it. My blood pressure is great. Everything is great. My heart is doing really well. So, as I said before, as we get older, our health is the most important thing. And diabetes, most people do not die from diabetes. They die from complications of diabetes. And I know that's kind of morbid to talk about deaths and stuff, but as we get older or at any age, because I had a cousin, he was 22 and died from complications of diabetes, and it was simply because he was young and he did not take care of himself. And my brother, he was a juvenile diabetic, as I said, and he died in 2014. And a lot of it was from him not taking care of himself. And also that, he was a juvenile diabetic and he just had a lot of health problems. But this is just to give you some encouragement. If you need some encouragement, it's possible to lose weight. A lot of people, like my daughter, she lost her weight right, within a couple of months of each other, right away. Me, I have done it pound by pound, a pound today, 2 pounds this week. That way, it's really good because I've lost it slowly and I've kept it off. and none of my clothes fit, but however, I don't want to buy a lot of clothes because the ones I bought, last spring do not fit. Even the shirt I have on does not fit me. So I'm trying to hold off until I get to a plateau. And I don't even know if I said how much I weigh. Let me tell you. I started off weighing 238. And my highest was 250. I was 250, and then I had lost down to 238 before I started seeing the diabetic specialist. And then I went from the 238, and I weighed yesterday and today 175. Yay! So I just want to encourage you that if you have diabetes or if you're just trying to lose weight, you can do it. And there's, medications out there for diabetics and things. And there's also medications and things, I think, if you're not a diabetic. But I only take medicine when I have to because I'm not a medicine person. I don't like taking medicine, and I do good to take the ones I have to take. But be sure you do it in a healthy way and that you go under a doctor's care, and you can do it. You can do it. There's no magic that you're going to, do it, because a lot of people, my doctor was telling me today that he had a person lost 200 pounds with gastric bypass, and then now he gained the weight back plus 200 pounds. So, if you don't change your lifestyle, and if we don't stop, eating out and eating these bad foods, it affects our body. So we have to be mindful, and now that I'm older, I'm really, really focused in on that being healthy. So I don't know exactly. I weigh 175 now. My goal is to go to 170, and then I'll see how I look at 170. Probably 160 would be a good weight. I would like to be just a normal size, like on the weight chart. I have normal size. And, little things that I've never had, it's been years and years since, like for a towel to wrap around my body. I mean, that sounds a little bit silly, but it's been years since I've had a towel that would actually go around my body. And so it's kind of nice to have these things, that I get to enjoy again, because it's been years and years and years when I was really young, and it's great. And I encourage you, and you can do it, and just hang in there, and a pound at a time. Before you know it, that year and a half or that year will be over, and you'll be like, I cannot believe I lost all that weight. All right. Well, good luck to everybody trying to lose weight or trying to be healthy. And be sure to take care. See you on the next video. I'll put the pictures in at the end.